This is where we're going to understand that we have a system of managing conflict. And I'm going to tell you, as a leader, you see further, you see faster, you see before everyone else, and you typically will also see more than everyone else. So if you take this approach into your conflict resolution and create a framework, you will actually begin to address conflicts before they become conflicts. That's right. You'll have a framework that's conducive to effective communication because it's data driven. And you'll put them in this framework that will allow you to mitigate some conflict, eliminate some conflict, and miss some conflicts altogether. One effective tool that you can put in your framework is the DISC. The John Maxwell method of DISC is a great opportunity for leaders to grow. Why? Because it talks about behavioral and communication styles. So when you learn about behavioral and communication styles, then you can better package information on the front side, which will help you to avoid conflict. Not everything someone says to you it is a good indicator of how they necessarily feel. It could be how they communicate. And if they have a certain way of communicating and you've packaged the information in the wrong package, they took offense to what you said when what you really said wasn't offensive at all. It was just how you delivered it. And it could be also knowing your own communication style. There are going to be things that you have to decide about yourself that you have to deal with and mitigate so that you can increase your effectiveness in communication. So, John Maxwell also says to know yourself, you have to grow yourself. And the 15 laws, 15 invaluable laws of growth. It's important that we understand it's not someone else's responsibility to learn how to communicate with me. It's my responsibility to own my communication style and make sure that I do what I can to pre-manage conflict, because if I know I'm confrontational, it's up to me to diffuse that before I go forward. If I know I'm rough around the edges, then I need to deal with that. If I know I'm extremely sensitive, I need to deal with that. If I know I'm data driven and I'm focused on facts and numbers only, I know that can desensitize me. I've got to deal with that as well. So, when we're talking about managing conflict, we simply want to build a conflict resolution framework that allows us to understand those we communicate with and how they communicate and how we communicate. And what happens is some conflicts will never happen, some will mitigate and get worked out and resolved.